Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back. Oh my god, it goes this direction too. I could have gotten killed by that.
I'm supposed to go back to the woods, and as much as
Are
I'm,
you are you regretting it? Is that I hear
I mean,
drought
I
in
have
your
some
mind,
regrets, but
or
I think
drought doubt in your mind?
there's the strongest regret is the temperature, because when I went out before, we were hitting into fall, and like the first week I was out there, it was actually pretty pleasant, and then we had a heat wave, and it sucked ass.
Hmm.
Well, now I'm going out there, and like I wanted to get out there sooner. I was supposed to go out like right after the eclipse, but there's just been so much to do after we got back that I have not been able to get everything done, and I can't like leave these things undone and just like leave it to Jess or whatever, like the chicken coop that has to be built, etc. So I'm a bit worried about the temperature. Is the thing. I'm looking forward to doing it again. I just don't know what to do about the days when it's fucking 98 degrees outside and humid as fuck.
Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do about those days either,
Like
because you were miserable.
yeah. When it was hot, it sucked. And so there's gonna be more of that. Like when it cooled off, that was the thing. When it was like 30, that sucked too. Um, I need it to be like 67 degrees
All the time.
all the time, night and day. Because like I was thinking about like at night right now, it's still getting pretty chilly. It's getting down to like the 50s or whatever. So I don't even know that I need my wood stove out there. Is what I was thinking. Basically, it's like when am I gonna ever light that wood stove? Like I'm gonna need to cook, but I'm not gonna want to do that inside the cabin. It'll be so fucking hot. So I'll probably end up cooking outside again. And then I was like, maybe I should just bring the wood stove outside. But then that sucks because I don't want it to get rained on because it rusts. So it's like I don't know. There's a couple things I haven't quite figured out, to be honest. But
Yeah, you were saying that last week on whether you'd actually need the wood stove or not. But I mean, depending on how long you stay out there again,
I don't think I'll stay there until it gets cold. Jesus Christ. I mean, I was out
did
there
you?
99 days last time. I don't think it
Yeah,
would go as long. I honestly don't.
did you think it would go that long last
No,
time?
no, I didn't. I thought at the most a month, honestly. So like, I was surprised last time, but like, I don't know. I feel like last time too, like with the whole cabin aspect of it, it's like it really kind of that became such a goal in people's minds that
That they wanted to see that succeed
yeah,
versus you just living.
right, yeah, me just being in the woods is not as like goal oriented, I guess, as last time.
I don't know. Does Emily C build any cabins?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how she does it. I guess her thing is it it's much cheaper to keep her alive. Like I think at this point she's like she doesn't want it to end ever. And so she'll do whatever it takes to keep it going. Like if I gotta lower the price today, I'll do it or whatever. Like I think she'll do whatever it takes to keep her subathon going. Whereas like eventually I need to leave the woods. you know, can't stay there forever.
But do you?
Jess will divorce me. Stay there too long.
She doesn't want to bring you tree mail every day, and
Yeah, that was another thing. We're trying to make that stuff simpler this time on her because that was a lot and it got really hard as time went on for her to like keep up with that. So one of the things like I was telling you earlier, I'm probably going to do is Tuesdays I come up here to record with you, and I'll help her with stuff. Like I'll also try to like restock tree mail, and we're not going to do it like last time. You could buy a strip of bacon or a applesauce or whatever. We're not going to do that this time. We're going to do it where it's just like snack bag, lunch bag, breakfast bag, dinner bag, and that's the only. And like they're just like pre-made bags, which you can just grab one, and that way it's not like takes 2 hours to get two of these and three of these, and you know what I mean.
right, right.
So we're trying to simplify some of that stuff a bit. And and my goal is also to garden and stuff, so I'm hoping to like have some of my own food that I've created as well, and whatnot.
But I mean, that's going to take a while to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you got to
mean,
grow the crops that you're
right,
talking
right.
about.
That's the other thing. I wanted them already planted before now, and it's getting later and later in the season, But But yeah, like the main goals I have is like I still got to finish the cabin. That's not actually done. I need to go out there and spray it out with the power washer though, because it's so full of pollen. The whole fucking thing is yellow on the inside. But got to finish the cabin, and then that's gravel. Uh, and then I need to build a better chicken coop, one that can hold like a bunch of chickens because I have all those duck and Doc's babies that I hatched. So I want to get them out there. I ended up selling Doc the other day. He got aggressive once he like hit puberty, and he would attack me. And then he
Oh, good old Doc 77.
yeah.
Aggressive guy after puberty.
Yeah, he hit that puberty. But yeah, we sold him the other day because he just wouldn't stop. And I was hoping like once because sometimes roosters will do that and then they'll like mature and they'll stop. But he has not stopped. He's only gotten worse. And he like doesn't relent either. He like gets in his mind he's gonna fuck you up, and he's gonna like chase you down and fuck you up.
And that's all there is to it.
Yeah, that's all there is to it. We had another rooster that was like that named Glicinia, and it chased Jess around the house, and Jess grabbed the like gun for our power washer and like hit him with it, and he like got flung like 10 feet, and he just got up and came right back at her. So she was like, fuck you, dude. And she hit him again with it and like hobbled him, and he hobbled off, and he finally gave up. But yeah, she about had to like kill that fucking rooster. Man, I wish you lived closer because we have over 800 eggs.
Yeah, we need eggs.
Yeah. I wish anybody around here needed eggs. We have started a thing where every day we take 70 or 80 eggs and just crack them in a pan, shell and all, and throw them in the oven and cook them up and then give them to the chickens. We've done that for like 5 days in a row, and we still have like nowhere to put the eggs. Like we bought those trays that hold like 30 eggs in them each, and we have 10 of those, and they're all full. And then we have like 2 closed baskets full of eggs. It's just insane. We haven't even collected the eggs in the coop in like 3 days because there's like 3 hens that are broody and they're laying on them. We're like, fuck it, just do it, whatever. We give up. So we might have a bunch of chickens about to be hatched in a couple weeks as well from those. I told you we hatched like 60 more or whatever too, right?
I mean, you said you got those fancy
Polish
ones.
Yeah, we got the Polish, and then we hatched the duck and Doc eggs, but we also hatched like 30 of the just mixed eggs. So we have like 120 chickens total now if you count the babies. It's a lot.
That's a lot of chickens.
It is a lot of chickens. It's so many.
You had
chickens.
like 20, 30 last time I was there?
I think so, yeah. We started with 6, and we only have like 3 of that original 6 still alive at this point. Because of hawks mainly and the neighbor's dog. But yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. The thing about chickens, though, is taking care of 6 is about the same as taking care of 20 or 30 or whatever. Like at this point, we've switched up the way we do the food and water. We got these giant trash cans that we've attached like portholes to. So we just dump all the bags of food in there. Each trash can holds like 3 bags of food, so they're good for like a couple weeks or more. Especially now that it's gotten warmer outside and they're going out in the mornings and eating bugs all day. It's like they're hardly going through any food. And so then the water is same sort of thing, giant water. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do whenever all these ones that we just hatched start getting older, because we're going to end up with a bunch of damn roosters that we can't get rid of. One of these things, I think this is just indicative of Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and all these things. But we have this thing where someone will be like, hey, yeah, man, I want to get that rooster from you. And so we're like, cool, come get that rooster from us. We'll see you tomorrow at noon. And then the next day at noon, they'll be like, it's weird. It's like when you work somewhere or something. Everyone's family dies every week. It's like the number of people, they're like, oh, my mom just passed. Sorry, I can't get that rooster. And it's like, okay, well, let us know whenever you're back in town, and never hear from them again.
See, doing Facebook Marketplace for anything, I stopped giving away things for free. That I wasn't just saying like it's out in the alley, like come swing by this area if it's still there, it's like it's yours, because so many people would beg and plead to not give it to anybody else. They need that thing so bad, like they need it right now. They will come first thing in the morning and just never show up.
Yeah. Whenever we were buying the appliances for our tenant's house, so many people were like, are you actually going to come? I'm like, I promise you, I will be there. Like, I will send you the money right now if it'll make you feel better. Like I'm coming right now. And they're like, are you sure? Are you sure? And I'm like, I get it now. You've probably gone through the same shit I've gone through. No one actually shows up.
Yeah, it's very wild to me how many people are so determined without a thought in the world to make plans, make plans to ensure that they're not like fighting with somebody else for it. Like it's guaranteed theirs. They have a time and they're set and they just don't go and don't seem to care.
The other thing we have had happen, selling eggs and roosters and all these things, is like this has happened more than once. But I'll give you the example of this lady the other day. This lady's like, "Hey, I want to get 2 dozen eggs from you." We're like, "Cool." We normally meet up to like the little convenience store up the road from our house here, and so we tell them like, "Hey, meet us up there." And they're like, "Well, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, so I'll text you or call you whenever I'm on my way." And they'll be like 20 minutes away or something. So they're like, no, they don't live close by. And they're like, well, I'll let you know. We're like, okay, well, make sure you let us know. And we'll be around all day tomorrow or whatever. Then they'll go to that place at 8 in the morning. They'll get there and then they'll text you and be like, hey, I'm here. And then we're asleep, or whatever. And so this happened like a couple weeks ago. This lady did this, and then she got pissed at us because she was like, "You didn't show," and it's like, "You didn't even make sure we were alive. Like, what do you mean we didn't show? Like, we said like text tomorrow and just get a time worked out, not go to the place and then text and be like, hey, I'm here.
Text tomorrow when you're there, and I will magically appear from behind the dumpster.
Yeah, it's crazy, and that's happened at least twice that I can remember, but maybe more, where they just go there and they're like, "Hey, I'm here," and it's like, okay, well, we're not. Do you think I lived at the grocery store or a convenience store? Anyways.
Yeah, dealing with anything on Facebook Marketplace and stuff, it's so frustrating sometimes because I don't like to sell things, and I'm one of those people who I don't haggle with people either on there for when they're selling stuff.
Yeah.
Julia's always like, "Oh, I'll offer this," and I'm like, "No, I'm looking at it because I think it's a fair price for what I want." So I'm just saying, "Hey, I'll take it." That's all I'm saying to you. I went to one guy's house. He happened to be out by the fire department. I showed up in my fire department jacket. Like I think that's why he changed it. But I got one of those. What do you call them? The automatic poop cleaners for cats.
Oh, y'all have a cat?
We have 2.
Did you always have cats?
Not when you came last. We got them.
Okay, I was like,
yeah,
I'm not remembering you had cats.
No, we got 2. We got 2, and one got hit by a car.
Oh, that sucks. Do you let them
out? We did because they were they were running at the door on a regular basis. They would sneak out all the time. They would break out. So we started letting them go out because they, weren't gonna be satisfied with not going out. And we knew it was a risk, and it's sad. And one got hit by a car. Now we don't let our cats outside. Now we got another cat to replace that one, a younger cat. But the older one who got the chance to go outside and no longer does is very mad, very angry.
I bet so.
Because we don't let her out anymore.
Yeah, she lived outside. What happened?
But I got one of those litter robots. That's what they're called. But the Gen 2 or something. So it's an older one. But the guy was selling it for, I think it was $90, and they're still pretty expensive. They're like $800 or something like that. For the newer, fancier ones, but even the older ones are still running for a couple $100. And I was like, oh, this is okay, like $200 or $90. That sounds good to me. And I got to his house, and he's walking me through it all and how it works and how it just his cat stopped using it, and that's why he's getting rid of it. And he wants it to go somewhere. And he's like, how about just give me $70 for it? And I'm like, I'm at his house, like loading it up in the car. And I'm like, no, I came here because it was $90. That's what we agreed to. I think it's fair. Here's $90. I'm going to go home now.
No,
I don't like haggling for stuff like that. I mean, there's some things I'll haggle for. Don't get me wrong. If I see something that I think is overpriced, I'll see if I can get the price down on it. Or something I really, really want, but it's really expensive and I can't afford it. Oh, a spider! I haven't seen one of you in forever.
Speaking of spiders, I was up here building chicken coop today, and we went to go feed the other chickens, fill up the trash cans.
God, you came from above me. This could have been a death sentence. Didn't know there was an up here.
But I went over. We keep the chicken bag food, the bags of chicken food.
the chicken bag food. We feed our chickens food bag.
Yep, just bags. They eat bags.
Just bags.
We keep the chicken food, the bags of chicken food, fucking hell, under the carport. And so I went to grab one, and I carried it over and sat it down by the trash can that we could keep the food in, and went to, like, you know how they have those like easy open strings on them.
I'm at the surface.
Oh,
I'm not going up. I'm not going up there, but I found a
damn, you
hole
went.
that's open. Open to this. I think this is our original waterfall.
Wow.
I can see the sand at the top.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Anyways, I set the bag of food down and start like pulling the string to like rip it open or whatever, and a fucking black widow crawls by, and I'm like, holy shit! I haven't seen a black widow in a long time. But it's kind of terrifying because I had just carried that bag of food like in my arms over to the thing. Like, glad it didn't bite me.
I don't know if I've ever seen a black widow in person.
Really? My neighbor here, my cousins, their backyard, it's like their whole house is like down in like a valley basically, and behind their house is just like a rock wall, like a wall of rocks basically, like granite rocks.
No, I don't understand. Please explain to me
Well,
a
it's
rock
not.
wall. Like,
Well, you know, sometimes you say like a rock
It's-
wall, it's like a side of a mountain or
is
whatever.
is it a wall of sand?
It's individual rocks, I guess is what I'm trying to convey. It's not just a slab of rock that is a wall. Is my point. I feel like I'm talking for the first time in my entire life. Welcome to the English language. Anyways, those under those rocks would always be hundreds of black widows when I was a kid. So I used to see them all the time when I was growing up, but I hadn't seen one in a long, long time. I had a friend. We went blackberry picking in Texas, and he got bit by a brown recluse during that, and it was the wound was so bad it looked like a volcano growing on his arm. Basically, is the only way I know to describe it.
Yeah, don't you normally need like hardcore IV antibiotics for like long periods of time from black recluse bites?
Brown. Oh, there's two
Or
different
brown,
brown recluse.
brown recluse, I mean.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he ended up having to do. But I remember like it got to the point where like you're gonna lose your fucking arm, and so he had to do something. I don't know what it was though. I was a kid.
Yeah, I do. I recall there was a scare of a brown recluse infestation in Michigan when I was like in college, and they were, showing the little violin on the back and how to identify them and to stay away from them and all that stuff. And I remember being told it's an extremely big deal.
Yeah. Not. I mean, it's not always fatal. I know that because I've read about it. Like, it's not as bad as like there's some things. Like, there's some like snakes and spiders and stuff that if you get bit, it's just like, well, nice knowing you, bro.
I know we talked about a little bit about Lost in the last episode, but I had forgotten about this episode until you just said this, and like from watching it in the past, I forgot about it until I watched it again. Do you remember the episode about the spider bite?
Oh yeah, where he was just asleep.
Yeah, they buried
his ass. Yeah, that was good.
At the end, they're like eyes open as the shovel of dirt is falling on their face because they're burying dead bodies who are just paralyzed and now they're dead.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Wasn't there something about like diamonds or something that caused all that?
Yeah, it was. They were like con artists that had robbed people of a bunch of diamonds, and so they were bad people in general because they had killed somebody for them. And
right. Yeah, I remember that now.
But still, it was a cool ending to be like, whoa, and then like Lost comes up, and you're like, oh shit, it's over.
I think some of my favorite characters was actually the married couple, the ones that got separated early on, and she was like, I know my husband's alive.
Rose and Bernard.
Yeah, Rose and Bernard. I really like them. I like how you see them years later, and like they had like went off and done their own thing, and like then
I'm not there yet. I'm not years later yet.
Okay, never mind.
Even though I've already seen the whole
I was like, you've
show,
seen the
you
show,
know?
but I guess you don't. Maybe I should talk about things that you haven't seen.
There's thunderstorms in this version?
Guess so.
Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't remember that either, to be honest.
I'm trying to see how. Wow.
It's heavy sounding. Jesus, reminds me of UHCs.
It sounds so much better than like the thunderstorms in the newer version sound.
Oh,
It sounds more realistic.
Huh,
sounds super realistic. That's all I know.
Yeah, I thought it always sounds like this, but I don't really pay that much attention, I guess. Where to put lava here?
And I'm about to break my pick. Of course, I broke it trying to make a lava wall. So now I gotta go all the way back. I don't think I'm gonna make it out here before we end this episode to put up that last lava wall.
The final lava wall. Amethyst mailed me a plant today.
Okay.
Never got a plant in the mail before. It was a massive fucking flower. Like, it's huge. It's like some kind of...
I mean, people send flowers all the time.
Well, it's not like that though. It's like a potted plant. Like, it's huge. It's like as tall as me.
Does it have a card?
No, she apparently bought like everyone she knows one. She was like on a call and they were on Amazon just shopping, and then Nobo had mentioned it, I guess. And then Amethyst is like, I'll buy all of us one. And then I wasn't there. So I don't know how I got included. But she was like, I haven't sent Jason anything in a while. I'll send him one too.
Doesn't Amethyst know me?
I guess she doesn't know your address.
I'm not plant worthy.
See, it's a little scary to give her your address because you'll either get a plant or a giant
tub of KY jelly.
Yeah, she did mail me one of those, and I had her cancel it because I was like, "Listen, my daughter is gonna ask questions. I don't want to have to answer." So she canceled.
Yeah, I don't need any of those either, but
yeah. I mean, honestly, I would be cool with the giant barrel of KY because, like, I think I'd find fun things to do with it. Like, I'd make a very dangerous slip and slide and things like that, you know?
I mean, we've all seen Old School.
I don't know what that is.
You've never seen the movie Old School?
Huh.
Will Ferrell, one of the Owen brothers, or Wilson brothers, I mean.
Yeah.
Luke Wilson.
No, I have not seen that. I don't actually like Owen Wilson very much.
But it's Luke Wilson.
Oh, or not. Yeah, I don't like him either. I don't like the Wilson brothers very much. They both, I don't know. No, they don't do it for me. And I guess I never really got into guy either that much. What's his name? You just said his name.
Luke Wilson? You mean Owen Wilson?
Yeah, but you said someone else before that, didn't you? Who else was in the movie?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Oh, Will Ferrell. Yeah, Will Ferrell.
Yeah, I never really was a big Will Ferrell fan. I'm trying to think of some of his I liked. I kind of liked Elf. I don't know. He always came across like an overactor to me.
Of all the things, I don't know why I know so many people who think Elf is one of the greatest movies ever. I thought that movie was so dumb.
I don't think it's one of the greatest movies ever, to be fair. But of all the movies with him, and actually, I think my favorite one with him in it's Zoolander. But he's not like a main star in that.
Right, but Zoolander is really good. Zoolander because it's so over the top.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, Zoolander's a good movie.
But why male models? Were you listening? We just said that.
Yeah. But we are out of time, guys. So we'll see you next time. I guess next week when we record, if we do, because we don't always make it. I'll probably be living in the woods. But I'll make my way up here and we'll record still.
All right, guys.
Thanks for watching.
See ya.